Hey guys, Frank here and welcome to another episode of How Did I Shoot This One? And today we're going to talk about creating depth in your image, but also creating nice light falloff on your backdrop. It's going to be interesting. Now, when we choose our light modifier in our studio, there are a few things you have to consider. The first thing is, of course, how does a light modifier spread out the light? Well, you can see that very easily about the design of the softbox. Does it steer the light forward or does it spread the light out? Do you use a grid to prevent a light spill or to focus your light sources? Or do you use an open reflector to just spill everything over with light? Those are all choices that create different looks. But it isn't just about the looks, it's also about creating a certain mood in your image. Now, for example, I love the three-dimensionality in a shot. So, white backdrops with just a model in front, totally flat lit, that's not really my thing. I always think they are floating into space. For me, it's important to see a connection between the backdrop and, of course, our model. So, how can you achieve something like this with only one light source? Well, in this workshop, the idea was to create something that you can use on location, but also in your studio. And that's really simple to set up. You don't need a lot of gear, and it's super fun, but also really flexible. And my favorite light source for this is, of course, a strip light. Now, why a strip light? In essence, you can see a strip light as three different light sources, especially when you use a grid, like I mostly do. The first one is the center one. That will give you a lot of light output, and well, that's the one that you would normally aim at your model, right? Yeah, right. And then we have the two sides. Those are a little bit less in light output and also a little bit softer. It's literally the same thing that you see with feathering your light sources. So when I set up my strip light, I can do a few things. I can use it as a standard light source, and then I'm just using the center part to light the face of the model. I can use it, for example, for a full body, then I just use it all the way. But I also sometimes use it for something I call the sandwich technique, where I use one part of the softbox to light the backdrop, one part of the softbox to light the model, and the center part just disappears, you think. When we take into account the inverse square law, the middle part is more bright than the side parts, right? And that means that if the middle part hits the backdrop further away, it actually has more light output than the sides. Let me refigure that. The center part has more light output. The sides are a little bit softer in light output. We have the inverse square law that dictates that light falls off over the distance. So if something is further away and you have more light hitting it, you will get a nice bright backdrop, right? But if the light is very soft and the backdrop is really close, you get the same effect. So by using the strip light in the proper angle, you can literally create a very nice graduate over your backdrop. And that's exactly what we're doing in this setup. I'm using my model very close to the backdrop, and I'm using one strip light in horizontal and a little bit under an angle. Now, by doing this, I create a nice leading line on my backdrop going into the shadow of the model, and that creates a nice flow in the shot. Now, when you shoot this from different angles, you will find out that it's a really interesting light setup. You can shoot it pretty flat from the front, you can use it from the side, and you can even shoot into the light. But the image that I like the best is if you take into account the shadow in the back. And that creates something that is really hard to do with artificial intelligence. Because the way that light falls off over the distance and also over your backdrop creates beautiful lighting effects. And this is for me one of the parts where I look at artificial intelligence and I go like, yeah, that's a backdrop and a model and you created something like a shadow. When you nail it right in camera, yeah, the effect is immediately that you have a 3D look in your image and they just pop out more. So, using one strip light, aim it slightly higher than your model and aim it down. By angling it this way, you can create more light on your backdrop, if this is the backdrop, and creating it this way, you create less light on your backdrop. But do make sure that if you want your light to be graduate, you aim it that first the backdrop is hit by the soft light and then slightly further away it's hit by the harder light. So, nice graduations on your backdrop, a little bit harder to do with a normal softbox. A strip light is ideal for this because in essence it's three little softboxes next to each other. Let's take a look at the behind the scenes video so you can see the setup and the final results, and take a look at all those results and you will see that there's one jumping out that has that really nice flow. All the other ones are nice too, but there's only one that has the nice flow. Can you spot it? Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you that one at the end. And maybe we showed it to you at the start, or not. So I hope you enjoyed this little video about the power of the strip light and how you can create nice three-dimensional flowing images with just one light setup. And again, it works very nice on location and in your studio. See you again next time. Bye guys. Oh, hey, you're still there. Hi. Hey, it's almost Christmas, of course. And as you can see, for a real photographer, we always have nice Christmas stuff. Now, if you want to give me a great Christmas present, join our channel, like and subscribe, but most of all, spread the joy. Tell other people about our channel so we can grow. See you again next time. Happy New Year. Bye.